Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, and today's class is dedicated to the shoulders and improving their range of motion, increasing your flexibility there and stability. It's a little bit more of a functional class rather than a traditional flow class, although we will flow with our breath and our movement. So if you do hold tension around your neck and your shoulders through your posture, or perhaps the work that you do, or perhaps playing sport, then this class is very helpful for just returning a little bit of freedom to the shoulders and a sense of ease. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And making your way into a comfortable cross-legged seat, propping yourself on the edge of a blanket for comfort and also to help support an elegant length through your spine. Let your knees relax down, balance out in both sit bones. Lift up tall through the sides of the waist and soften your shoulders away from your ears. And start by extending the fingertips out to the side alongside your hips. And we'll begin. Take a deep breath in, send the arms overhead, gaze up toward your thumbs. And as you exhale, hands down through the heart, interlace the fingers, pressing the palms away, dome your spine, nod your chin in. And as you breathe in, send the arms up overhead, little mild arch through the spine. Breathing out to release, separating the hands, floating them down to the floor. Twice more, just like that, arms overhead as you breathe in. Palms press and lower as you breathe out, hands interlace. Press the palms forward around the spine. Rock forward through the sit bones, raise the arms overhead, stretch tall there, sides of the waist. Then gently relax as you breathe out. One more time, arms overhead, breathe in. Hands through your heart as you breathe out. Push the palms away, slide the shoulder blades wide in your upper back. And as you breathe in, send the arms up overhead. Exhaling to release your hands down by your side. Inhale, arms up, eyes up to the tip of the thumbs. Exhale, cactus your arms out now, elbows wide, shoulder blades hugged together. As you exhale, bring the right arm on top of your left arm for eagle arms, either pressing your palms or catching a hold of opposite shoulders. And just pause here for a few moments, feel that broadness in your upper back. Raise where your elbows cross so you can lightly gaze toward that point. Draw your forearms forward, lightly softening the shoulders. And then releasing as you breathe in, come back to cactus arms, shoulder blades toward the midline of your back. Exhale, left arm on top, right arm under for eagle arms. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, settle in. Try and relax through your lower body. And finding a place where it feels sustainable, your breath can even out. Feeling a little bit of warmth gather into the arms and the upper back there. And as you feel yourself breathe in, take the elbows out wide, cactus arms. And as you breathe out, come forward onto all fours there, placing your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Taking a few rounds of simple linear cat and cow, arching the spine as you breathe in. Breathe out, round the spine. Breathing in, softening your belly, send the gaze up. Exhale, chin toward the chest, navel toward the spine, breathe out. Back to neutral spine as you breathe in. And then take your right arm up toward the sky. And just hover it there where you feel most comfortable without rotating too much through the torso. Just finding your range of motion in your shoulders as they warm up. Take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, thread the needle, send the right arm underneath the left arm and come down onto your right shoulder, right cheek. Left fingertips can walk forward. You can plant your hand down if it gives you a little bit more rotation. Another option is to extend your right leg out straight and just rest on the balls of your toes. Just giving you another shape to play with here in this upper and mid-back twist. And then as you unwind, send your right arm straight up. And then place the right hand back down, setting up for the other side. So as you raise your left arm up and out, just work out where your range of motion is, not going beyond that point. And then as you exhale, thread the needle, left hand threads through, send it as far through as you can, coming down onto your left shoulder, left cheek. Pause for a few moments, breathe deeply. And just keeping awareness of the rest of your body, the shape that you've made. Press down through your shins and the tops of the feet. And make yourself as comfortable as you can. Breathe smooth. And pushing down through your right hand now, lift yourself up, send the left arm out or up. And then back to the floor. Keeping your hips above your knees here, walk your hands forward and come into heart opening pose, Ardha Uttanasana. So as you walk your hands forward, tighter shoulders, just take your hands a little wider than shoulder width apart. Allow your head to relax down toward the floor. And extend long through your arms. So a good indication here of a safe shape for your shoulders is to keep your ears in line with your arms and stabilize across the scapula there by broadening through your upper back, so you feel your shoulder blades move away from the midline of your back as you reach forward through the leverage of your arms. You'll get a nice stretch through the sides of the waist, perhaps through the front of the abdominals, front of the spine. And take one more deep breath in, gaze forward between the hands, and as you exhale, melt down onto the belly. Set your feet up about hip distance apart and try and get the feeling that you're pointing your heels toward the ceiling. And check in with your elbows a little forward of your shoulders, shoulder width apart. Allow your head to drop here, so you almost feel like quite a strong stretch through the back of your neck with the weight of your head. Chin nods in. And then on a long breath in, just start to move your chest forward through your arms, beginning to lift your chin and send the gaze forward so you maintain a feeling of length through the back of your neck, unwrinkled, extended through the spine. And without moving your elbows, you're getting the feeling that they're drawing back, your chest and ribs are moving forward, and your legs are engaged. One more deep breath in. And exhale, melt down to the floor. Take your hands by your ribs and widening your knees a little wider than your hips. Make your way back to child's pose, Balasana. Sitting your buttocks down on the back of your heels and reaching your arms forward. And once more, check in with your shoulders, making sure you have a sense of ease and a spaciousness around your upper back, around your neck. And then invite your breath up and down your spine. And keeping active in the pose. All your fingers and knuckles of the fingers in contact with the mat as you reach forward. Equal and opposite energy reaching your hips back toward your heels. And as you feel yourself breathe in, gaze forward between your hands, coming up onto all fours, and stretch back into downward facing dog. And please pedal out the heels, sway your hips, shake your head, make yourself comfortable here. And find that optimal distance between your hands and your feet. So you feel an active stretch through the back of your legs, hamstrings, calves, your heels, and an equal opposite stretch through the arms, upper arms, forearms, and then down to all the base knuckles of your fingers. And feel for a balance in your breath. Breathe smoothly in, gaze forward. Bend the knees and walk yourself forward to the top edge of your mat. Bring your feet about hip width apart here and take an easy forward fold. Catch opposite elbows or forearms and just drape yourself there over your legs. And to avoid pulling in your low back spine, a little bend in the knees, keeping your torso in contact with your thighs. Lightly tipping forward from your heels to your toes, lifting your sit bones, allowing your spine to gently traction with the weight of your head. Releasing your hands to the floor, hang in ragdoll. And as you breathe in, slowly unwind and come all the way up to stand. Bring the hands up overhead, perhaps sending your gaze up to the tip of the thumbs. And as you exhale, hands press to your heart center, finding Tadasana, tall through the spine, tailbone lengthening down toward your heels. All four corners of your feet firmly anchored into the floor, pushing the floor away to rise up. And then link your thumbs, space your fingers, a little softness in the knees, arch up and back. And as you breathe out, catch your hands behind your back interlaced and fold over your legs. As you breathe in, release your hands, come up halfway, hands to your shins to extend your spine. Exhale and fold over the legs. We'll start to flow. Arms reach up overhead, out and up. And hands to the heart. Link the thumbs, space your fingers, arch up and back, reaching. Exhale, shoulder stretch. Bend the knees and fold. Hands to your shins, halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand as you breathe in. Hands to your heart as you breathe out. Once more, inhale. Exhale, shoulder stretch. Release the hands, halfway lift. Exhale and forward fold. Rise to stand, breathe in. Hands to your heart as you breathe out. Arms overhead, breathe in. Right hand to your left wrist, side stretch to your right as you breathe out. Pause there for a few moments. Keep breathing. Stay active and even with your weight in both feet. Lean your hips a little to the left. Take that nice side lateral stretch. As you breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, forward fold over the legs. Ardha Uttanasana as you breathe in. Simple low lunge. Step the right foot back. Take the right knee to the floor. And you're just really slowly going to come up, your hands to the top of your left thigh there. Upright through the spine, uplifted through the chest. And then sweeping the arms up and overhead. You're going to take a bend in the right elbow and swim the right hand down in between your shoulder blades. And you can either catch left hand to the top of your right elbow if you do have particularly tight shoulders here, or you can take the left hand behind your back and take a bind left hand to your right hand behind you. Try and stay really upright through the spine and keep the crown of your head balanced right at the top of your spine so it's not nodding forward. And just pause, push down through your front foot so you don't overextend through your hip flexors. And see if you can find a comfortable shape in this posture where you can breathe smooth. Enjoy the warmth traveling into your shoulders. Feel the temperature of the stretch change as you linger. And we're gently releasing. Send the arms up overhead, big stretch up. Exhale, hands to frame your front foot. Step lightly forward, top edge of the mountain. Take a halfway lift when you arrive. And as you breathe out, forward fold. Rise to stand, come all the way up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Circle your arms overhead, and this time left hand to your right wrist. Take a side bend to your left as you breathe out. And just kind of sneak your way into the stretch there, lengthening through the right side of your waist, making a little bit more space with the in between the ribs and your intercostal muscles. Firming the belly to support your low back spine. And using a little resistance, left hand into the wrist to draw yourself a little deeper into the side body stretch. As you breathe in, come all the way back up. And as you exhale, forward fold over your legs. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. And as you exhale, step your left foot back, left knee to the floor. Reach your arms just to the top of your right thigh there. And get set up so your right ankle is just above, just below your knee there. And you've got a diagonal line from your left hip down to your left knee. Then take the arms up overhead. And you're bending your left elbow, taking your left hand in between your shoulder blades there. Right hand can sit at the top of the elbow, or you can wrap and bind behind you. And sometimes this particular posture in the arms, you can be a little bit more open on one side versus the other, and that's okay. And if the bind doesn't suit your body or your mobility in your shoulders, just catching a hold and gently encouraging your left hand down in between the shoulder blades will give you a very similar stretch, opening particularly through the triceps. Releasing now, taking your arms up overhead as you breathe in. And as you exhale, hands to the floor. We're going to step back to downward facing dog from here. Spread all your fingers, weight equally into both hands and knuckles of your fingers. Wave forward to a high push-up. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Twice more, roll forward, high push-up. Downward facing dog. Once more, we're going to pause here, high push-up. And just feeling where your shoulders are placed here. You want your shoulders right over your wrists, all your fingers spread, and the feeling that you're pushing the floor away. Your low belly's firm and hugging in. You're bracing your abs without being rigid. Thighs are firm and your heels are reaching back while the crown of your head's reaching forward. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale on the count of 5, lower all the way down onto your belly. Could be a quick 5 or a slow 5. When you arrive, hands alongside your body, your palms face down to set up for locust pose. We'll do a couple of rounds here. We'll start with a bit of freedom in the shoulders and the arms. So just extending your fingers back, extending your legs back, engaging through the legs, your abdominals, and as you breathe in, lift through your chest, reach and fly the hands back, extend and lift your feet. And find a place where you can comfortably breathe, even though this requires quite a little bit of effort. You want to feel for an easy breath, even if it is a little faster than your normal breath. Comfort and ease in your body, particularly around the back of your neck. Take a deep breath in and exhale, melt down onto the floor. Turn your palms face up, let your heels fall out. Rest either your forehead or a cheek to the mat. And then bringing your forehead back to the mat, arms alongside your body, and either taking that variation again for locust pose or interlacing your fingers behind your back. Try and lift the shoulder heads up away from the mat, and conscious of keeping the back of your neck long and unwrinkled. When you're ready, on a deep breath in, lift up, taking the fists back or fingers back, and keeping your gaze steadily down so the back of your neck stays long, spine's extending. Big breath in. Exhale. Lower down to the floor, either taking a cheek to the mat. Definitely turn the palms face up toward the ceiling. Let your heels fall out wide to the side. Resting breath. And then gently, gently coming up, I'm going to come down onto your right forearm and your right side hip. So you're facing the long edge of your mat. And from here, you can bend your left knee and just place it in front of your right leg. And then from here, on your forearm, just rest the top of your left wrist on top of your left knee. So you can stay here a little bit lower in your shoulder, or come up onto the palm of your right hand. And you'll find that you'll get a light stretch through the side of your waist there, stabilizing your shoulder so it feels comfortable. And just take 3 deep breaths here. And with your right hand just a little forward of your shoulder and pushing down through your left foot, keeping your right leg straight, just reach the left arm straight up toward the ceiling, lifting your right hip, and rotate the left arm up and overhead so you come into a modified side plank. Breathe here, engaging, bracing the muscles through the right side of your waist. Deep breath in. And exhale to release, and we'll just shift over to the other side, coming down onto your left forearm now, left side hip, stepping your right foot in front, and checking in left elbow is just a little forward of your left shoulder, and right wrist can just sit on top of the right knee there. So you can stay here. If you are staying lower, make sure that you feel like you're in one straight line. And if you're taking that next step, coming onto the palm of your left hand, raise yourself up, but keeping your left hip down, so you just get that nice stretch through the left side waist. And take 3 full breaths. And then right arm lifts up, left side hip lifts up, and make your way into a modified side plank. Keeping your left leg engaged, your toes flexed. Reach the right arm up and overhead so you find a crescent shape through your body. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, release down. And from here, we're going to bring our feet around in front of us and come to sit in the middle of your mat, knees bent, so you make a tent shape underneath your legs. Feet are set up hip distance apart and lightly pigeon-toed through the feet. Walk your hands back behind you, elbows bend a little. And then from here, as you breathe in, come into tabletop position. So you might need to adjust yourself, might need to walk your feet out a little bit further or in until you find your ankles are balanced underneath your knees, your wrist creases underneath your shoulders. Your back body's working quite strongly here, your glutes, your low back muscles and your hamstrings to lift your body. And if it feels comfortable for your neck, you can just gently drop your head back, stretch into your jaw and your neck. And take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, draw your chin toward your chest and slowly lower down onto your buttocks. Extend both legs out straight here. Flex your toes. And once again, take your hands behind you. A little light bend in the elbows. Broad and open through the chest, so you feel as you breathe in, you puff your chest and then lift up. Coming into East Pose, Untitled. Legs engage and tops of your toes head down toward the floor, trying to get the whole soles of your feet on the floor as you lift up. Quite a strong pose, reverse plank, great for strengthening and toning your shoulders. Head can drop back if it feels comfortable for your neck. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, chin toward the chest and lower slowly down. And then sit actively on your sit bones with your hands now either side of your hips. And we'll make our way into Dandasana. So legs together, toes flexed toward the ceiling. Quite a simple setup, but quite a strong, active pose. So strong, tall posture through your upper body, and your legs are engaged too. We'll just take 3 smooth breaths without feeling too rigid in your body. Relax enough in your upper body so your breath can move smoothly, uninterrupted. And then release. Release your arms up overhead, reach up nice and tall. Simple forward fold as you breathe out. So creep your way into the stretch here. Hands can fall either side of your legs, or you can reach for your feet. Try not to pull on your low back spine. So as you breathe in, you lift tall through your upper torso, sides of the waist. And as you breathe out, your navel draws back toward your spine as you fold. And once more, staying really active in the legs, the back of the hamstrings, pressing down into the floor. Chin lightly nodding in toward your chest so the crown of your head reaches forward. And when you feel ready, gently releasing. And just simply crossing your legs here, resting your palms on the top of your thighs or your knees. Sit tall and shutting down the eyes. Take a few moments to quietly observe your breath and just noticing, observing the warmth that may have gathered in and around the shoulders. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open there, here at the end of your practice. And do take just a couple of minutes to either sit quietly or rest back in Shavasana to complete your practice. Allow your body to rest and unwind. And thanks for joining class today. I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.